My name is Bruce Orton. I'm the chef owner of Beagle and the Banks.
Hi, I'm Lisa, and I'm the owner of Rosario's Mexican Cafe and Cantina.
My name is Chad Carey. I'm one of the partners in Empty Stomach, which is a group that owns the Monterey, Barbaro, and Hot Joy.
Hi, my name is Lori Karski-Horn, and this is Doug Horn, my husband and partner of Dough Pizzeria Napolitano.
I'm Eugene Seymour. I'm the founder and president of Alamo Beer Company.
I've been in the restaurant business about 32 years. It's right out of high school. It was something I always wanted to do. I worked in a restaurant, a Mexican restaurant, all through junior high and all through high school. Had scouted out all the right locations in town, had negotiated a lease, and was ready to sign my name on it when my potential partner backed out. And so I had to beg my parents for $8,000, pleaded with them. It would be the last time they would ever have to help me with any types of money.
I think most people's dream is to be able to work for themselves, and so I was fortunate enough to be able to do that. It took a while, but as soon as I was able to get the financial backing, we opened our first restaurant in 1991.
Late 90s, when I came to San Antonio, I was looking for a local beer, and there just really weren't any to be had other than a couple major brands that you'd heard of. As a college student, I always enjoyed brewing beer and wanted to seek out something local, something good, and the idea kind of just came to my head to have a product called Alamo.
At the end of our street in Connecticut was a little pizzeria, and I was fascinated with the business model, selling flour, water, cheese, and tomatoes. So while I was working at a restaurant group, pretty busy restaurant, I would spend time with him, and finally I told my wife that I was going to quit my job at this restaurant group and make pizzas for $9 an hour because I wanted to learn the business.
We have not sat around and thought about, I bet that there's a market for this particular thing that we're going to do. We're going to execute on that market plan. For us, it's very intuitive, and it starts with, is it the sort of place where we would like to go eat?
When you open a restaurant, there's hurdles from before you open, and then every day there's hurdles.
I was always looking to the top of the mountain, knowing where I wanted to go. I never really took the time to stop and look down and say, wow, I've come a long way. You can't stop and really enjoy it too much. Now, I have enjoyed a few beers along the way.
I never had run a restaurant before we opened the Monterey 4.5 years ago. I didn't know what the playbook said you were supposed to do.
San Antonio is the 7th largest city in the United States, but in this restaurant industry, it's a very close-knit community. So we do try to help each other, you know, send one person over to another restaurant, we get somebody from another restaurant.
If there was a defining characteristic of the people that have the most fun working with us and tend to do the best job, there's this sort of notion of being intellectually curious.
I think as a young chef, knowing what I knew about cooking and some of the background of having to read a P&L and knowing some financials was important to me when I was starting. But the most important thing at that time was being able to fulfill my dream of doing what I wanted. But as soon as I got into that, I realized that I couldn't do the work in the kitchen and the financials, and so very rapidly we found somebody to get on board to help us with that.
Eric and Casey from ATKG, they really turned us from a C+ accounting student into an A+ accounting student. We couldn't have done it without them.
I work with, I think, one of the best accounting firms in town. What I particularly enjoy about ATKG is that they're very hands-on. They're genuinely concerned about your business. I've been with probably 3 or 4 different accounting firms throughout my career, and by far ATKG has been the most professional, most sincere, most caring.
We've found a way to take our dream and our vision and our years and years of education and experience and planning on what are we going to do that we can do together. And it's gone beyond actually our wildest dreams. The restaurant is way beyond what we thought it was going to be.
There's success in different ways. A successful restaurant obviously is if we're achieving the quality of service and food, but to be frank, the real success is the bottom line.
One piece of advice I could give a restaurateur is to start small.
Exactly, do and try to accomplish what you want to do. And then I think what you find, and what most of us do, is we adapt to what we need to do.
Make sure you have enough money in the bank to eat on. It takes several years to know that you're going to be making an actual income.
This is such tried advice, but you need to love it before you think about the economics of it. It has to be one of those, you feel some sort of burning in your gut that you want to go out and build this.
One of my mentors taught me two things. One, you can't hide a great restaurant. And two, under promise and over deliver. Very simple, two one-liners, but you know what? It's very hard to do.